Good morning, everybody. It's Holly from Besotted Orchids. I wanted to come to you this morning while the house is quiet and my son is not yet awake, and I wanted to share with you my beautiful neofinetia falcata. Look at that. I wish you were here to smell it. And what's even almost cooler to me in a way is the unopened one over to the left. It just looks so dragony. It looks like a dragon flying through the air. But it has an amazing scent. Oh my goodness, very, very strong scent. When this plant becomes a specimen plant, it's just going to be stunning. I can't wait to see it and to smell it. So there it is. Very, very healthy new root growth. Look at that. Nice growth. The whole way around it has lots of growth. And it has developed quite a bit of algae in the pot because it is in a clear pot living near the window. Eastern sun, so it doesn't get a lot of sunlight. So when it's done blooming, if it doesn't throw another spike out soon, I will probably clean up the sphagnum moss on it, and I will repot it up fresh and put it inside of a clear pot inside of another one. Because I don't like it in a typical terracotta pot, because I like the neofinetias to have a little bit more water. But it's just very, very pretty. Now I want to show you, I'm going to pan out here and show you what I have in bloom today. Not as much as last week. I did sell a few of my babies and they went off to a wonderful person in Wisconsin who's going to take good care of them. So a few of my blooms have left. But let's come over here and we will talk about Howard's Dream. Look at that. 9 beautiful, beautiful blooms to come. Getting ready to open. I'm hoping that tomorrow when I wake up that this one has opened. They're going to be purple with spots. I mean, you can't pass up a spotted orchid. Not the biggest fan of purple in the world, but on an orchid, I can overlook purple. Now, this is my Kroger rescue. Now, was this worth rescuing? I think so. Look at that. Very, very pretty. I like the outlining. And the lip is very pretty. It's just a very nice orchid. And it's going to have a lot of blooms for me. Look at that. Lots of nice blooms. Now, when this is done blooming, the spike will be cut off. And I'll let it go into more vegetative growth. It needs to develop some more leaves. If you can see down there, it only has 2 leaves. But that's how it came from Kroger. So over here, number 15 on my Solangeanie Udasana is forming, and number 16 behind it. This is a plant that just zigzags its way into your heart. Every time it zigs and zags, that was a former bloom. I'm telling you, it has been blooming for over a year. Amazing, amazing, beautiful, beautiful flower. Over here we have the Francine Rose Glow. It's the Rose Glow. I have to keep all these straight. Sometimes when new ones come in, it takes me a little bit of time to learn the names. It is early here in Ohio, and another rainy day. It ends today. It has to end today. I think we're moving into beautiful warm weather. We're moving into sunshine. That'll bring the mushrooms up. If you're a morel hunter, the mushrooms are popping up, but it's been kind of a bad year because it's been so cool and rainy. Now here is my den butterfly dendrobium. Of course, that's what den means. I'm telling you, it's early. Beautiful. The former bloom is just hanging on, but new ones to come. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow it'll be open, if not later today. Very, very pretty. Now down here, we have the yellow yamada coconut orchid, Maxillaria tenuifolia. Can you see there? I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to point right to it. Right there is the first bud that's going to open on it. I'm hoping I wake up to that one tomorrow as well. Now, if you look at this plant, at first I was like, okay, where are the buds going to come from? I don't know where the buds come from. Up by the pseudobulb, you would imagine is where they come from. They don't. Anything coming out by the pseudobulb up above, that's going to be another pseudobulb coming. This plant is a climber. Your blooms are going to come down here in the more sheath-like area, like say a wheat shock, a wheat sheath. the little plant there, it's kind of woven. That's where your blooms come out. So if you're checking out your maxillarias, which seems to be the season for them, I've been seeing lots of people posting their videos of their maxillaria tenafolia. And it's a beautiful habit. Other than, I mean, it takes up a lot of space, but you could squeeze several of these into a bowl, which I do, and just let them grow there together. They have their own separate pots, and they don't take up a lot of room. And they look kind of nice. They're all grassy, and it's not an offensive plant to look at. Sometimes I look at my phals, and I'm like, really? Most of the year, I'm just looking at that. That's not as attractive to me as this beautiful plant. So do I have anything else over here? Oh, I do have Cthulhu, who had to move away from the window because he was getting algae bloom in his little container due to the sun changing here in Ohio. He's very, very pretty. He lives here. He has coffee with me. Every morning he bangs on his little jar so that I do give him a couple flakes of food, and we have coffee together, and he eats. Okay, now over here we do have some Fragment pediums growing here in my bowl. I keep their feet wet. I keep a little bit of water here, and I'm hoping this latest growth, I'm really hoping, just take a peek in there. No, not yet. I'm hoping for some blooms. Over here, we do have on my Hannah Pow Pow, beside that leaf that needs trimmed off, we do have a growth and a bloom. So we'll see. She's been holding on that for a while, so I'm not sure it's going to bloom. Okay, over here, the spider lily that never wants to stop blooming, and that's fine with me. Look at the spots. Oh my goodness, the spots go on forever. I let this one hang down a little bit. I don't stake this one up because it's nice to see the underside as well as what they look like when they're standing up. So one I do stake. Very, very pretty. And this is the den spider lily. Oh my goodness, it's been blooming probably 5 months. And they are going strong. I don't see any sign of any wrinkling or of them starting to end. So it's very, very pretty. And it's a slight fragrance. It's not a heavy fragrance. At first I thought when it first opened, I'm like, okay, it's nothing. There's no fragrance on here. But there is a slight one. But you need a nice warm day for that to happen. Now over here we have the Zidane Red. This is another dendrobium. This is the den fowl, whereas this one here is the Latoria type dendrobium. And there is a little difference you can see in the leaf patterns. But look at that. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. Look at the yellow outlining on those leaves. I found this at Groovy Plant Ranch. And speaking of which, I will be going down to the Columbus Zoo this week. We're going to make a trip down there. And my car does know to turn into Groovy Plant on the way home. So I might be taking you guys on a tour of, if not the whole Groovy Plant Ranch itself, at least the orchid selection. Now, over here, we're going to end with this beauty. Look at that. 2.5 feet across. This is my Zygopetalum Advance Australia that I did purchase last year from Hauserman. This will be the first blooming for me. This is preparing to open. But over here, I saw something very unusual, and it's very unusual. Do you see the difference? I know the other bloom is not fully open, but do you see the glaring difference in these two blooms? One is missing a lip. And nobody has removed the lip. It just didn't form. It's very pretty all by itself. I almost, I'd be happy with a plant that looked like this. But look at that beautiful purple lip. Now, isn't that interesting? I was like, are you kidding me? This one did not form a lip. So we'll see what the other buds do. If they're going to do the same thing, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's quite a plant. Now, I am expecting in the next week or so, I am expecting a delivery from Equigenera. So maybe I'll do an unboxing for you. You can see I just ordered 3. I need to not get a lot of orchids. I need to cut back my purchases. I have amassed a collection very, very quickly. And Yeah, I need to thin the herd. I need to see what I really truly am in love with and focus on in future buying only plants that I truly, truly want. I want to have a collection where every orchid here is one that I just absolutely adore. And I don't care if it's a large collection. Of course, we all want a large collection. But I don't want an orchid that I'm not over the moon about. So thank you so much for joining me early this morning. And hope you have a great day. And please like, share, and subscribe if you're interested and you want to see that new Equigenera episode and you don't want to miss that, or my Groovy plant trip. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.